All right, let's be real. Are you feeling that pressure of trying to remember every single math formula for your ICSE Class 10 exams? I get it. But don't worry, today we're going to build the ultimate toolkit. This is your rapid-fire explainer with all the essential formulas you need to absolutely ace your paper. Let's dive in.
So our toolkit has 5 main compartments. We'll kick things off with math for your money, then jump into the power of algebra. Open up the massive geometry toolkit, get into mastering triangles with trig, and we'll finish up with data and chance. Let's get going. First up, let's talk about the most practical stuff, commercial mathematics. Seriously, these are the tools you're going to use for real-world calculations involving taxes, banking, and investments.
Okay, here are the heavy hitters. GST, super simple. Just the GST rate times the selling price. For recurring deposits, your maturity value is what you put in each month, times the number of months, plus all the interest you earned. Now for shares, and this is important, your annual dividend is calculated using the nominal value, but your actual investment is based on the market value. Don't mix those two up.
And speaking of that, let's quickly look at the relationship between market value and nominal value. Here's the deal. If they're equal, the share is at par. If the market value is higher, it's trading at a premium. And if it's lower, it's at a discount. This is literally the key to figuring out if a share is a good deal or not.
All right, let's close that drawer and open the next one. We're getting into algebra now, the universal language of mathematics. This is all about the tools we need to hunt down those tricky unknown values. And the absolute heart of this section is the quadratic equation. You've seen it a million times. ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. But what's the golden rule? A can never ever be 0. Why? Because then it wouldn't be a quadratic anymore. This is the blueprint for so many problems.
And if that's the blueprint, then this is the master key, the one formula to rule them all. No matter how weird or complicated the quadratic equation looks, this single formula unlocks the value of x. Seriously, if you're going to memorize anything, make it this. It's an absolute lifesaver.
But what kind of answer are you even going to get? Well, that's where the discriminant comes in. It's just that little part from under the square root, the b squared minus 4ac. It's like a crystal ball for your equation. If it's positive, you get 2 different real answers. If it's 0, you get 2 identical real answers. And if it's negative, no real roots. Easy peasy.
Next up, progressions. So what's the real difference between AP and GP? It's super simple. In an arithmetic progression, you just keep adding the same number over and over. In a geometric progression, you keep multiplying by the same number. Adding versus multiplying, that's the whole game.
Okay, you need a shortcut for those long, annoying polynomial problems? The remainder theorem is your best friend. It basically says, instead of doing long division, just plug the number a into the polynomial. Whatever you get is the remainder. And hey, if you get 0, boom, you just found a factor. It's such a clever trick. Okay, time to open the biggest compartment in our kit, geometry. This section is absolutely packed with all the tools you're going to need for shapes, spaces, and figuring out where things are on a coordinate plane.
These 3 are your workhorses for coordinate geometry. Think of them like this. The distance formula tells you how far apart 2 points are. The midpoint formula tells you the exact middle. And the section formula, that's the fancy one that finds any point that splits a line in a certain ratio.
All right, next up is a really powerful theorem. The basic proportionality theorem just says that if you draw a line inside a triangle that's parallel to one of the sides, it magically cuts the other 2 sides into perfectly proportional pieces. This rule is a total game changer for solving problems with similar triangles.
When it comes to circles, these 4 theorems are pure gold. Seriously, knowing these relationships between the center and the edge, about angles in the same slice, the 90-degree angle in a semicircle, and how angles in the cyclic quad add up to 180 will let you solve circle problems so much faster.
And for 3D shapes, here you go, your quick reference chart. We've got all the formulas for surface area and volume for a cylinder, a cone, and a sphere, all in one place. This is the perfect little cheat sheet for any mensuration question they throw at you.
Okay, now for a more specialized part of our toolkit. This compartment is all about one thing: mastering triangles. And we're going to do it using the incredible power of trigonometry to figure out angles, heights, and distances.
These 3 identities, they are the absolute foundation of trigonometry. They're called the Pythagorean identities, and pretty much every complex proof or problem will boil down to using one of these 3. You have to know these by heart. They're totally non-negotiable.
And this table, this table is a massive time saver. Knowing the sine, cosine, and tangent for these standard angles, 0, 30, 45, 60, and 90 degrees, is going to be so incredibly helpful in your exam. Just memorize it. You'll thank me later.
Let's open our final compartment. This one is all about making sense of the world through numbers. We're looking at the tools of statistics and probability to help us understand data and figure out the odds of something happening.
So when you need to find the average or the mean of grouped data, you've got three methods. The direct method is simple and always works. But if you're dealing with really big numbers, the assumed mean and step deviation methods are clever shortcuts to make the calculations way easier.
Let's talk quartiles. It sounds fancy, but all it means is you're splitting your data into 4 equal parts. The lower quartile, Q1, marks the first 25%. The upper quartile, Q3, marks the 75% point. And that line right in the middle, the 50% mark, that's just your median. The entire idea of probability really just boils down to this one simple but super powerful formula. All it is the number of ways you can get what you want to happen, divided by the total number of things that could happen. That's literally it.
And remember, the answer to any probability question must fall on this scale. If an event is totally impossible, its probability is 0. If it's absolutely 100% certain to happen, its probability is 1. Everything else has to be a fraction somewhere in between.
So there you have it, your complete math toolkit for ICSE Class 10. Every single essential formula is now right here in front of you. The only question left is, which one are you going to master first? You've got this. Good luck.